Hi, I'm Figment, and today we're going to talk about LFOs. We've kind of gone through the entire, almost through the entire modulation section, going from the envelope section to velocity. Now we have the LFOs and a few more after that, and we are reaching the tail end. Anyway, let's get this set up real quick. LFOs, LFOs, LFOs. Okay. LFOs are low frequency oscillators. They're modulation devices, well, modulation oscillators, if you will. Um, Not to be confused with irregular oscillators. Irregular oscillators are going to generate sound, they're going to create waveforms that we hear. Low frequency oscillators are not to create sound, but more or less to modulate something, affect something. So you do have your waveforms here, but it's an oscillator used in a different way. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot like your mod envelope, if you remember us going over that, you have these destination sources: oscillator 1, 2 pitch, well, oscillator 1 pitch, oscillator 2 pitch, mix, FM, phase, filter 2 frequency, so on. But we're talking about the LFO1 here. So yeah, you have these modulation sources: oscillator 1 and 2 pitch, oscillator 2 pitch, filter frequency of filter 1, FM amount, phase, and mix. So you can send this LFO somewhere. Let's bring it to oscillator 1 and 2 pitch for now. You basically have these waveforms to choose from, and the way it works is this parameter, whatever you've chosen, is affected by this waveform, by an amount. How much? If it's 0, then that's not having any effect at all. 127, it's having a very, very high effect, and anywhere in between gradients, to little, to some more, to a fair amount, to a whole lot. The amount knob controls that. And what is it being affected by? This oscillator. So this oscillator will cycle through its waveforms, in this case a triangle, or ramp, reverse ramp, square, and these two kind of bizarre squiggly waves. The one is a little bit more squared and the other one is rounder, so they are slightly different. So the oscillator will cycle through its wave, whatever waveform you've chosen. It will affect whatever destination you've sent it to, filter frequency, FM, or phase, by a certain amount and at a certain speed. Now you have tempo sync here, which will give you a certain speed tempo, so 16ths, or, well, that's 16ths, or 32s, or some kind of a resolution. And tempo sync off, it just gives you some kind of a free rate. So let's kind of play around. Let's hear what this sounds like. We'll put a square wave on, I guess, or maybe we'll play around. We'll control oscillator 1 and 2 pitch, and we will listen. So here are some chords. And let's do that. So nothing's happening right now because the amount knob is 0. But as the minute we turn this up, this oscillator, this square wave, is now affecting this square wave's pitch, or the pitch actually of both oscillators, excuse me. Here's a triangle wave. Sounds a bit different. And you can change the rate. Different waveform. slow rate. And of course you could send this to some other destination. How about filter frequency? I'm gonna give it a different rate. How about FM? So that's kind of an LFO in a nutshell. LFO2, if you've noticed, it does not have any waveforms to choose from. So I'm pretty sure it just has one waveform type, which I think is a sine waveform, but I could be wrong about that. I'll have to check the manual later. It has some of the same destinations, but it has some different ones. So it has oscillator 1 and 2 pitch, just like this. It has phase, just like oscillator 1, but it has filter 2 frequency as a destination source. Oh, filter 2 was on this whole time. Oh my god. No wonder everything was coming through so muffled. Gotta keep an eye out. And it has the amplitude selected. So we could affect filter 2's frequency since it was just off. Let's play with it. And there you go. So that's kind of an LFO in a nutshell. It's a modulation source. It's an oscillator that will modulate something, affect something, as long as it's here within these limitations. So play around with that. Questions and comments below. And I will talk to you later.